welcome to the DMVSTREAM.COM High School Game of the Week. We are live from Robinson Secondary School here in Fairfax, Virginia for the home opener for the Robinson Rams. They're squaring off against the Stonebridge Bulldogs here tonight. Hello everyone, I'm Monica Moore alongside head coach Bill McGlisco of the Annandale Adams. And coach, this one you have to expect it's going to be a good one here tonight. These two teams last year when they squared off, it went down to the wire.
It did. And what's going to be really interesting is some of those guys last year are going to find themselves in new positions. You've got some midfielders moving to attack. You've got some attack moving to midfielder. Seniors sacrificing for the good of the team. You like to see that from coming from a guy, being unselfish and doing whatever the coach needs. And, these early games could tell you a lot, so we're looking forward to it.
Well, and for Robinson, they've had a lot of turnover. A lot of guys graduated. Who are some players you think that we should keep our eyes on tonight?
I'm really looking for Charlie Morissette tonight. He's one of the nastiest shooters out there, and he's going to be back to attack after playing some midfield. Like I said, he's a senior. And also on the defense, they've got a lot of sophomores starting, and they're going to be having their hands full. And finally, their goalie, Nick Kondracki, man, he's going to have his hands full as well. And I'm looking forward to see him get out there. And for Stonebridge, I'm looking for Carlos Tesna, converted guy again in a new role, looking to play in college. Needs to really help his team by getting to the ground balls and up and down the field. And Brian Failer, in goal after Jesse Southward for years. He's in there doing a good job and had a lot of saves the other night against Briar Woods. And then finally, Kyle Fitzgerald. He's just a beast on defense and doing everything that he's done for his 3 years there. And it should be a really good half-field type game where it's going to be tough to score to start, I think.
Well, this game's going to be a measuring stick for both of these two teams early on. I had the opportunity to talk with Robinson head coach Matt Curran before the game about what his team needs to do tonight. Well, Coach Curran, big game tonight. What are the keys for you guys to defeat Stonebridge?
Well, I think the number one goal is to try to stop number 10, Maltz, two-time All-American. He's a very, very good player, probably the best offensive player in the area. So we want to try to limit him and his impact on the game as much as possible.
Now, last year you guys had an exciting finish. You came back, scored 2 goals near the end. Have you guys talked about that at all, and have you used that as any motivation for tonight?
No, we haven't actually. I mean, it's a new team. All the guys most of the guys that were involved in that play have graduated. So we really just focused on who we are as a team and what we have to do, how we have to execute to win this game.
And obviously, this is your season opener. What are your expectations for your club tonight?
Well, with the season opener, I think you have to temper your expectations a little bit. There's going to be some sloppy play, maybe some penalties that we don't want. I told the guys, we're going to turn the ball over. It's going to happen. It happens to the best teams in lacrosse. Let's try to limit those. I just want them to execute, work hard, hustle. If we win the ground ball game, we play good, solid defense, we have a good chance.
Well, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thanks.
So, head coach Matt Curran talking a little bit about the fact that his team not really focusing on that game from last year because he's got a lot of new players. Now, I also had the opportunity to talk with head coach Scott Mitchell. His team already had their season opener against Briar Woods. So let's take a listen to what he had to say about what his team needs to do tonight. Standing here with Scott Mitchell, head coach of the Stonebridge Bulldogs. Coach, a huge game tonight. What are your keys to defeat Robinson?
Robinson is a very well-coached team. They do a lot of the little things right, so we have to do the same. We have to win ground balls, take care of the ball, play team defense, communicate, just the little things that we expect them to do.
And you already won your season opener against Briar Woods. What did your team do well in that 15-2 win?
We had a lot of energy on the sideline. The team was pumped up. I think we came out, we were really focused, we took care of the ball. And again, we did those little things that we understand that we're going to have to do again tonight. They just came out focused, ready to go, and composed and played good. It's fundamental lacrosse.
I know last year when you two met, your team was up. Robinson came back in the last few minutes. Can you talk a little bit about whether you used that as motivation for your team?
Yeah, we lost the first 3 games last year by 1 goal, and going 0-3 with the 1 goal losses right off the bat is something that you don't forget because it kind of haunts you the whole season. We grew stronger from it, and we use that for motivation. We go with the mantra of it can either push you down or push you forward, and we use it to push us forward, certainly, over the past months getting ready for the season.
Well, Coach, best of luck tonight.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
And we are almost underway here at Robinson Secondary School. And, Coach, I talked to Scott Mitchell before the game, and one thing he told me, he was really happy with how his team played against Briar Woods, but one thing he thought they could have improved upon was their face-offs. And so that was something he said that they were going to focus on here tonight.
The interesting thing will be, when you're on a synthetic field, I don't know if they practice on one every day. I know we're very lucky if we get on a synthetic field, so that might have something to do with it. But I know Scott Mitchell will have some guys on the wings ready to help out the draw guys if they struggle.
So the team's taking the field. Let's take a look at the scoring comparison. This is from last season. We've talked a little bit about these two teams' prior meetings. So let's take a look at the scoring comparison last year. Robinson, Stonebridge, and we've talked about the fact there's a lot of different personnel out on the field, but both of these two teams very strong last year and certainly looking to make an impact in the northern region this year. First face-off underway. Robinson
right
quickly
away. Coming
up with it, even though ball knocked loose. Nice defensive play by Stonebridge.
Pretty good speed from Logan Lamke right there. You like to see that. Hopefully he's got to go to all four quarters.
And this is Lamke bringing the ball across the middle of the field. Lamke looking. Nothing there. Now Stonebridge setting up their offense. He'll hand off to number 5. This is Jono Schuline.
Looking like they're going with an open set. You're going to try to keep things open so guys can dodge and make it harder for the guys to slide if they need. The defense looks spread right now. They might have to pack it in to get ready to help out.
Stonebridge still
double early. That's not a bad call. Number 2's hustling. Good job, and they throw it away. That's what's going to be tough these early games in the season. The team that limits the mistakes with the turnovers and the stick skills and the tough scooping. But again, being on this surface should help.
One thing that Stonebridge did well against Briar Woods, they did not have a lot of turnovers. Briar Woods was the team that turned the ball over quite a bit. Stonebridge got a lot of easy goals in that game. Scott Mitchell told me he didn't expect that to happen tonight here against Robinson. He can't be happy with the fact that his team opened up with a turnover. Now Robinson, with their first real opportunity here to make something happen on offense, working the ball around, getting everyone involved here in the early goings.
Yep, they're trying to do a double crease now. It looks like those two guys, 19 and 4, will be setting picks for each other. And there's a nice little look right there. Bang.
Nice look inside, and the goal is scored. Looked like it was number 19 for Robinson, Michael Buckley.
He's a senior. That's what he's going to need to do. Get the team up on his shoulders and carry them.
So Michael Buckley, one of the senior captains on this Robinson team, helping his team get on the scoreboard first. 10 minutes, 26 seconds.
Interesting he's coming off. A guy gets his first goal. You might want to leave him out there in case he gets a couple more. But I'm sure Coach Curran has got a plan, and he's going to be a big part of it.
And an infraction by the Bulldogs gives the ball back to Robinson. So Robinson won the first faceoff now.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. Officials are really calling that neutral zone. If you even have your elbow or any body part in that neutral zone, they're just going to go ahead and give it to the other team, which is, I'm sure, going to give lots of teams headaches this year.
And, Coach, obviously this is the first game of the season for Robinson, only the second one for Stonebridge, but lacrosse has become so big in this area that these teams play year-round. And can you talk a little bit about the types of things that teams are doing nowadays to really help themselves get ready for this spring season?
That's what the interesting part is. Some schools, they preach they want their kids playing other sports to represent their school, where some other coaches are saying, hey, we need you playing year-round lacrosse to work on your skills. So it's really up to the individual athlete. But I do think the clubs give you a chance to work on your own game. Nice save there. I guess that was a deflection. They give you a chance to work on your skills of what you need to get better, whereas, once the season starts in February, it's all about the team.
Stonebridge quickly coming down the field, trying to make something happen in transition. That was Jeremy Worth.
Yeah, throwing it away again.
And so 2 turnovers to start this game for Scott Mitchell's club.
I think they'll get that in check, maybe adjusting to the lights, maybe a little first quarter jitters, look at the butterflies out. But you can't be turning the ball over when you have it on the offensive end. That'll be tough. Looks like they're going to set up with the 2 guys in front of the ball, two defenders to ride here. This guy's probably going to pass, although 40's wide open in the middle of the field right now, so he's just going to get it to him. This is a bad setup by Stonebridge. Oh, maybe not. There we go.
And
nice little ride. 40 nice ground ball, but then again, he can't throw it away.
And Stonebridge now battling for it. Robinson momentarily looked like they were going to come up with it, but Stonebridge has possession, so a little sloppy play on both teams' parts in the early goings here. Stonebridge really still looking for a good offensive possession. They have a couple of turnovers to start this contest.
Yeah, and that is one of the differences. You know, a lot of coaches are focusing on subbing and getting matchups.
And it looks like Maltz has possession. He is going to be harassed all game long.
That's a good job by Roulette, you know, for his first take against a two-time All-American. You know, he got a little aggressive with that shove at the end, probably a push with possession, maybe a cross-check. But I liked it. He needs to get a little lower and try to get a hold on him. But, yeah, technical foul. So 30 seconds, that's not too bad. And you also let Dylan Maltz know, hey, I'm here to play. I'm not going to let you just do whatever you want. And, you know, if he gets a little lower and good technique, that probably won't be a flag next time.
Absolutely. Dylan Maltz, of course, a name that shows up in anyone's scouting report when they're looking at this Stonebridge team. The name Maltz has been a big part of this Stonebridge lacrosse program. Of course, Derek Maltz going through the program now playing at Syracuse. Dylan has committed to play at Syracuse but has some more business to be done at Stonebridge. Certainly he'd love for his team to have a great season here, this senior season for Dylan Maltz.
For sure. They definitely want to get over that Madison-Langley hump. You know, being third in the Liberty Districts, just not going to sit well. And from the looks of it, you know, they're going to be okay. They just need to make sure they're taking care of the ball a little better. And see the penalties expire. They didn't even get a shot off.
Stonebridge working the ball around, shot from
Good
far
stop.
out. Nice play by the goalkeeper
Good
for
stop
Robinson.
by Nick, man. That's nice. You get your first save. That's sort of easy. It looks like they're going to do an off ride here. Let Robinson bring the ball up. Try to get them to turn it over with a bad pass or that's good legs by two. Good job by Taylor, senior. Again, he's had his time.
And Robinson needs to be careful here, almost turning the ball over themselves, but
this
the Rams
is Morissette's specialty right here. Getting a little run, trying to get an open space, maybe beat his man. They'll probably come back to him on the help side if the defense is, you know, loading up on the ball side.
7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Robinson up 1-0, courtesy of the goal by Buckley.
Wow.
Another shot.
That's a good finish by Connor Lloyd, senior. Dangerous feed, but it worked out for him. I'm sure Coach Curran would like a better choice on the feed. But man, that's a nice finish by old number 7, Connor Lloyd. Just got to try to make the feed up a little higher next time.
The senior captains really making a statement for Robinson here in the early goings. Both Buckley and Lloyd, captains on the squad, really setting the tone for their team here tonight.
Yeah, getting a 2-goal lead's nice, but they what are they going to do now? They got to win the face-off, get it back down there, get a good offensive set. They're checking the stick, but it looks like it's good to go.
And, of course, our face-off battles here tonight. Robinson won the first one, then also won the second one off an infraction.
Hopefully the referees will talk to these guys between each one, because those you know, just giving it to the other team, that's no good for anybody. There we go. Ball's out.
And now a battle for the ground ball. Several Stonebridge players converging. Doesn't look like anyone has possession yet. Robinson coming up with it.
That's going to be a big right there. Chris Gomez coming up with a nice ground ball. Getting it to the help side. Got to be able to field that pass. Nice ground ball.
So Stonebridge takes possession away, and now the Bulldogs trying to create, and looks like they will throw the ball away once again.
Hard to believe that 28's a ninth grader. He's a big boy. That's a nice ground ball by him. I'm sure he'd like to have that pass back, but I'm sure he's going to get another one. Okay, again, the off ride. What they're trying to do is to make Robinson take their time, maybe get a 20-second call or force a long pass. They might lose in the lights or throw to a guy. Again, they got to try to bump over on that. Number 12, nice play. Chris Wolford.
So Wolford working the ball across the field for Robinson. Now the Rams with an opportunity to try to extend this 2-goal lead. Robinson quickly out of the gate here tonight. This is Morissette.
This is pretty smart right here. What they're trying to do is to just get a little two-man game going. Probably to take an extra step there, but they take all those midfielders, put them up towards the 30-yard line, and just let two guys try to do some two-man game. Not a bad option when you've got a guy like Morissette coming from X.
Absolutely. We've talked about those Robinson senior captains. Morissette is another one. He's been a factor so far, and certainly expect to see a lot more out of him tonight. That shot by number 13, Chapman Jason.
Go. Brian Failer with a nice save there. Again, you get that first save, you start to feel good about yourself. Gives your team confidence. Again, Robinson looks like they're opting for a sort of an off ride. Nice jump. That's a good play.
Brian,
you can't get that extra stuff going. That should have been some sort of give it back to Robinson, but the refs are going to let him play.
So a bit of a frustrating turn of events here for Stonebridge. Lots of turnovers in the early goings for Scott Mitchell's club.
Yeah, it was a nice push. It was a nice play to jump that pass. Once the ball's down, though, you can't continue to ride his shoulders and back. You got to lay off, and Stonebridge hopefully will be able to adjust and be able to clear a little more strongly.
And Robinson has been impressive in the early goings. They've gotten a lot of shot opportunities. They've tested the goalkeeper. We've seen Failer. He had 14 saves against Briar Woods earlier this week, so he certainly is very capable between the pipes. Nice pass and shot and score by number 31, Austin Henry.
That's good stuff by him. Another ninth grader. These ninth graders are making their name for themselves. It's a nice little cut off the help side. You know, I'm sure the midi wasn't paying attention, and Austin saw the back of his helmet and said, "I'm going to the goal."
And special thanks to our sponsor, Dark Graphics Screen Printing and Embroidery, who provide spirit packs for teams, class shirts, and group sales with original designs. Serving Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for 15 years, Dark Graphics specializes in school and business apparel. Design your own custom shirts and apparel at www.darkgraphics.com. And don't forget that you can purchase a copy of this live stream and all the games that DMVSTREAM.com has live streamed this year. Go to www.dmvstream.com. You can download it directly to your computer or get it on DVD. And with this break in the action, we will take a break for a quick commercial.
Hi, I'm Marcus Helton, Editor-in-Chief of DMV Elite and host of DMV Elite Live here on DMVStream.com. I'll be bringing you high school basketball news and notes on some of the biggest names and games here in the DC area, as well as spotlighting some of the lesser-known talents that DMV has to offer. Follow me on Twitter at Marcus Helton for the latest in DMV hoops.
4 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in this first quarter. And, Coach, it has been all Robinson so far. What do you think Coach Mitchell is saying to his team during this timeout to calm them down a little bit?
You know, Robinson is, it's their home field. It's their first game of the year. A lot of tradition here. I'm sure Coach Mitchell's just going to tell his guys one at a time, hey, if we get one goal, they come in bunches. The defense for Robinson will start to question themselves. But they got to do a better job fundamentally. They can't pick up the ball. They're throwing it away. I'm sure he just talked to them about making the easy pass, getting the ball off the ground, roll away from pressure. When you get a chance to make a play, you got to make it. Here we go again. Hopefully they'll be able to get the draw off. Yeah, looks like they jumped again. Not a bad move there. It's pretty smart to sub two guys. Stonebridge might want to try to double that next time Robinson does that. It's difficult to pull off, but if they sub two guys to the box, you could take a chance, try to get a quick possession.
So far, the story in this game, first of all, the face-off battle. Robinson has really been excelling at the X, and then secondly, the turnovers for Stonebridge. Those are the big factors.
There you go, big save.
Brian Failer comes up with another big save for Stonebridge, and certainly a bright spot so far for Scott Mitchell's team is the play of their goalkeeper.
Sure. Probably not the best shot to be taking it from that far out, but when you got a 3-goal lead, you want to get the fans going nuts. Here's the ninth grader again. Probably got to get it to your attack, big boy, but nice job there. Great ground ball.
And you see the Robinson
running
defense.
Away, and we got a push. That's great hustle by Dylan Maltz right there. He saw his ninth grade defender was in trouble. Sprinted over, got his nose down to the ground, scooped the ball. Anytime you're that low, any sort of contact, the ref more than likely is going to give it to you. And this time they got it with the possession. So maybe they'll try to do a little quicker EMO and try to get a shot off. Oh, 1 minute. So they got plenty of time now. But it's interesting. It's interesting to note right there is that defender came down the sideline. Instead of stopping his feet, he probably wants to run all the way to X. That way, Dylan's right there ready to go and attack the help side and make a good thing happen.
So an extra man opportunity here for Stonebridge, and perhaps one of their best opportunities of the day. You have to imagine they want to get Dylan Maltz involved, but the defenses this year, you have to imagine they're all focusing on Maltz, which is freeing up other players.
For sure. And, this is a nice idea here to get an open set. They'll probably get some cutters after the next time around. Looks like Robinson's doing a decent job of seeing everything. And there we got our cuts. Nice shot. Got to take that extra step. But, again, now you're making the defense think. You're making the goalie question, am I standing in the right spot? If he takes that extra step, he could have buried that. And once you get that first goal, good things can happen after that.
That shot by Jeremy Worth. He was injured during most of the preseason, still getting his legs under him.
That's okay. I don't think it's going to hit midfield. That's a good play. A lot of times you want to try to score with the extra man, but even if the penalty expires, as long as you get a good offensive set and some decent shots.
Nice save there by Kondracki.
Nice. Looks like he took that one off the leg. Be a nice bruise tomorrow, but he'll be feeling good about it if they able to come out on top. Got the box guy wide open. He just doesn't see him. It's unfortunate. 19's got to go to the ball there.
So Kondracki with the outlet pass. Robinson still trying to get the ball across the field. 20-second
call. That's probably a quick 20 seconds, but maybe they counted as soon as he got it in possession. But again, when you're open, you got to go to the ball and scream your goalie's name and get it out of his stick.
So another opportunity here for Stonebridge, still looking for their first goal of the day, down 3-0 here in the early going. Stonebridge, as we said, defeated Briarwoods 15-2 in their season opener, but tonight have struggled a bit with the turnovers, a little miscommunication amongst teammates, and so this team looking to settle down a little bit and get their offense going.
Yeah, it seems like, you got some guys who are maybe interested in watching somebody else do it for Stonebridge. And, again, once you get that one quality shot that goes, this is a nice option here, though. Look at the speed. The misdirection, changing direction. Okay, they're sliding early. That's a nice job by Worth. That's beautiful stuff. Great save. Got to push from behind and a play on. Oh, he stepped in the crease. Okay.
So Jeremy Worth working extremely hard.
Yeah, that was nice stuff. If Stonebridge does that, that's going to make any defense struggle, especially this early in the season. Changing sides of the field like that, it makes it really tough on the defense.
Also thought there was some nice defensive play by Buckholtz. He seemed to be everywhere on that play.
All right, not a bad play. Again, looks like Robinson's sort of letting Stonebridge bring the ball up. Again, hoping that maybe they can catch a guy offsides, make a long pass. You got to take care of the middle of the field. That was a little too easy for Stonebridge. I'm sure Coach Curran would want a little tougher ride in that situation. Again, subbing on the fly. 18 probably doesn't need to come here, but it worked out. So, you get a defensive mid on or a fresh mid on. That might not be a bad play.
So 25 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. It has been all Robinson so far. This is Worth once again operating behind the goal. He'll hand off. He has been aggressive all game long. This is Buckholtz once again. He has been very aggressive. Buckholtz forcing the turnover.
They don't even really need to clear it. That's a great play by Robinson's D.
And that will end the first quarter here. Robinson leading 3-0 over Stonebridge. We'll be right back after this commercial.
What's up, sports fans? I'm really excited to tell you about our newest product, DMVSTREAM.COM. DMVSTREAM.COM is a website dedicated to broadcasting live sports in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. We'll be broadcasting pro amateur, college, high school, AAU, and youth games, as well as tournaments. You can watch these free broadcasts on your computers, tablets, and mobile devices like iPad, iPhone, Android, and more. DMVSTREAM.com is a free site. No subscriptions, no logins, no hassle. Just log on and watch sports free. What's different about us? Well, you're in control. You're calling the shots. By voting in our weekly poll and sharing it on Facebook and Twitter, you can tell us where our next broadcast is going to be. I'm really excited about this new venture, and I hope you'll help us spread the good word by logging on to Facebook and Twitter and sharing us at DMVStream.com.
Welcome back to the DMVStream.com High School Game of the Week. Robinson leading here in the early goings 3-0. Let's take a look at what happened last time these two teams played. We've talked a lot about it. Robinson coming back, scoring 2 goals at the end of that contest to get the win. It was a huge heartbreaker for Stonebridge. You heard Scott Mitchell talk about the fact his team started out losing their first 3 and very disappointing losses, and so certainly something that he's not hoping to do this year. They already started off with a big win over Briarwoods. And before we get back into the action, once again, we want to give special thanks to our sponsor, Dark Graphics, Screen Printing and Embroidery, who provide spirit packs for teams, class shirts, and group sales with original designs. Serving Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for 15 years, Dark Graphics specializes in school and business apparel. Design your own custom shirts and apparel at www.darkgraphics.com. Back at the Face-Off X Robinson, this has certainly been an area that they have excelled tonight so far. Stonebridge has been looking to make something happen, and another costly error.
I think that's the 5th win in a row for Robinson. And the unfortunate thing is 3 of them, they haven't even been blown a whistle.
That has to be really deflating, considering the fact that Stonebridge finding themselves down by 3 and they just can't get possession.
Yeah. It's not so bad to start a quarter. What's worse is when a team scores a goal and then you're facing off and you give it right back to them. But to start a quarter, their defense might be able to step up here. That's a nice play.
Matt Smith up top just took it all the way. Smith, a junior on this team, scoring the 4th of the day unassisted. Again, that was just all Matt Smith.
It really was. And right as I was saying, for Stonebridge's D to step up, and man, he did a nice little roll dodge, protected the stick real well, and got through it. Seemed like 3 guys and buried it. And that's what you want midfielders to do. And hopefully he'll be able to do more of it, because I'm sure that energizes the team, especially right at the start of a quarter. You get a goal to start a quarter like that. That can go a long way.
And Robinson winning another face-off. So this is the exact situation, Coach, that you just talked about at the Face-Off X.
It's tough because now Robinson, they have the choice. 10 seconds. But, if they had hustled a little more there, they could keep going and try to get more goals, or really settle down and try to tire out Stonebridge's D. Both options, obviously, to their benefit.
So Stonebridge still looking for their first goal of the day, and Maltz just being absolutely harassed. That shot, Kondracki got a stick on it.
Yeah, it was a nice angle. Probably didn't want to dip the shoulder, but a guy who's a 2-time All-American and with his family pedigree, sometimes you just sort of let him do his thing.
But so far, Robinson doing a nice job on Maltz, not really giving him a lot of opportunities. This is Maltz once again.
Nice look. Tell you, that was a good hold by Roulette, and that was a nice feed. You got to try to get that one to go. The crease was wide open.
And Robinson quickly getting the ball up the field. The Rams able to hang on to possession.
And so now, Charlie decides to pull it behind, and this is what I'm talking about. You can spin it a couple times, tire out their defense, and then pick your battles. But if you got 33 in there again, maybe give him the ball and let him go do his thing.
Well, one thing that I think Matt Curran has to be really happy about is he's had 4 different goal scorers so far in this contest.
That's huge. If you can get all 6 guys to be a threat, you're going to be tough to hang with.
And Morissette, of course, hasn't scored yet, but he is very strong offensively as well.
Sure. Just look at him over there. He's a force. Moving off ball. Again, getting two guys on the crease. One of them will probably try to pop up. And if you can watch the Stonebridge defenders, they're doing a great job. Their heads are going back and forth between the ball and their man. That's what you want to see. Someone's got to go. Nice move.
And Morissette trying to sneak around. Morissette with the shot.
It was a pipe. It's a nice change in sides of the field. Again, they're on the ball side. He's on the help side hanging out. Probably just should have shot far pipe. But either way, they got an extra man opportunity and a chance to make it 5-0.
A nice heads-up play, too, by Sam Shaw, getting the ball back to Morissette. Robinson doing a nice job moving the ball around, trying to create opportunities and get various players open. So
and they're doing a decent job of making sure where they're getting everybody involved and not just, like the last goal, 33. Getting touches, 3 or 4 guys getting the ball. Here, again, they're going to an open set to start. They'll probably get a cutter probably next time around. Stonebridge is very active, very aggressive, which I like seeing, especially early in the season. You might get a quick turnover and take away their opportunity. A little two-man game. Nice look. Good hustle on the end line by the goalie. Good job by Failer to try to get a cheap possession for his team by hustling. The referee's got to let him get back to the crease. That's the defense reset. Looks like that crease guy's locked up pretty good, but he did have a nice look.
Shot.
Yeah, go ahead. It looks like they're switching on 32. Yeah, you can't do that.
And that shot by Chris White. He took the last one as well, and so now, Coach, that's 5 different goal scorers.
Holy smoke!
For Robinson.
And that's you can have a all-world goalie in there, and 8 yards out from the goal, uncontested, not even getting on his hands on a lift. That's going to be tough to stop.
So just to recap the scoring, Robinson up 5-0. It all started with Buckley, then Lloyd, followed by Henry, Smith, and then White. 5 different goal scorers for the Robinson Rams so far in this contest, and they have dominated at the face-off X. A little make-it-take-it for the Rams, and it has just been a backbreaker for Stonebridge that they cannot get possession at the face-off X.
It's tough, and it's a helpless feeling. And, you know your guys work hard in practice, and they can get hot too. But when it's not going for you, there's not much you can do. You could maybe try putting a long stick up there and just sort of jamming them, or a tougher defensive mid that's going to make a little more hustle to the ground ball. But again, 5-0 with 8:30 to go in the second quarter. If they can get a stop here and try to get it down their offense. Wow, nice shot outside. Good hustle again
by Sam Shaw. He's also been very active in the Robinson offense here tonight, has been Shaw. Looking for his first goal of the day. Robinson will maintain possession. Morissette with the ball for Robinson.
Again, a nice little two-man game from behind, talking through the pick. Looks like they're going to try to get it back up top to a guy. Or maybe they're just going to spin it a couple times and wait for the defense to break down. Nice look there. Don't force things.
Well, certainly it seems Robinson has been very good about being patient on offense tonight. They've tried to get the shots that they've wanted. It's really paid off for them. And then they've just had some nice individual efforts as well.
For sure. And, that's good lacrosse. That's what you want to see. We only had 3 weeks of practice. And to be able to do that kind of stuff is nice. Nice look to the middle. Probably not the attacker on the crease had to come across his body. For Robinson. That looked like that was Johnny Daniel. He had the nice feed. He had to come across his chest to get it. And that's going to be tough every time.
And a big possession here for Stonebridge. Still looking to get on the scoreboard here in the early goings of this one. And now you see the Robinson defense. They have been able to sit back and watch a little bit, watch their teammates really excel on the offensive end of the field. But they've also done a really good job so far with Dylan Maltz trying to shut down
Sure.
Two-time All-American.
And you got, Buckholtz and Wolford and the
Roulette.
big guy, Roulette, all sophomores. There you go.
First goal of the day for the Stonebridge Bulldogs.
That's good. That's good. That's a decent job.
And that was number 20, Shane Lighton, the junior, getting the Bulldogs on the scoreboard. A huge goal for Stonebridge, looking to make a comeback here. 6 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see, it looked like the long sticks were sort of in position, and I don't know if somebody just wasn't moving their feet or not, but that was really quick and really fast. See how they can do if they can capitalize and get a face-off. There you go.
A huge battle there for the ball. Stonebridge coming up with it, so perhaps a shift in the momentum here.
Yeah, it's a nice ground ball by Pat Summer. Anytime you can get a wing guy doing that, it helps. It's important that they don't force things, and it looks like they just turned it over to Robinson, unfortunately. But, again, you've scored your goal. You won the face-off. Maybe you get a good ride here, force a turnover, and give it back to your offense.
Well, absolutely. That's huge right now for Stonebridge, trying to force a turnover right here and win possession back.
It looks like they're covering the middle of the field pretty well. Kondracki's bringing it up. See what he can do. He's looking over top. Yep.
And
it looks like
Kondracki's
Robinson's
still with possession.
They were.
Now Sam Shaw working the ball up the
nice
field.
check.
Nice check.
But you got to do something with that ground ball. Probably go to your goalie here. He looks open. He drew a penalty, so even better. So now, Stonebridge, take your time clearing. Go down. Get it to one of your attackers to rip a shot. Maybe you can get a little he's going. Nice look. Oh. Tough. But, again, doesn't really matter. You get a chance to get your best guys out there for an EMO. And I tell you, how about the check? Boy, that was looked like that was 34. I don't even know who it was.
1 minute.
I don't have a number for him, but, man, do you have
Tyler White, number 34 for the Rams.
Okay.
And it looked like Capace might have had an opportunity. Capace, of course, a player that Stonebridge very excited about. The sophomore had 6 goals against Briar Woods, which is a phenomenal number of goals, particularly for a sophomore. They are really expecting for big things out of number 19.
Sure. But the over the head check, that was to get the ground ball. That was a pretty good stuff down there on the defensive end. And, again, you get one here, you make it 5-2. Start to crawl your way back in. Looks like they're going to get a guy on the crease now. Maybe they look a page out of Robinson's, try to get him a nice little feed, who's got the ball.
Stonebridge trying to set something up here. An important possession. Once again, a far-range shot.
Great save.
By number 7, Logan Lamke.
Oh, no. Nice ground ball.
And a huge play right there by Buckholz. As Robinson comes up with possession, Taylor Jones able to get the ball to Kondracki.
Ball right there.
But Buckholz really helped save an opportunity there. Looked like Stonebridge might have had an easy one on the doorstep.
20-second call. I tell you, that was a great ground ball by Taylor Jones. Right 8-9 yards from the goal. It's a scrum. It's an EMO at 6-on-5. If you can get a ground ball in that situation, that really, really helps the team. It's just unfortunate that it was a quick 20 seconds, and now they got to get back to playing man down.
And Jones, the 4th senior captain on this team. We've talked about all of them. You can certainly see why those 4 young men selected to be captains on this team. Ball deflected.
Not a bad shot, as the time's expiring, as long as they got the guy on the end line. And it looks like Stonebridge is going to take a timeout. Make sure they get something out of this possession.
And that was Maltz with that last shot. Once again, we want to remind you that you can purchase a copy of this broadcast or any of the games that we've broadcast all year long. You can get it on DVD or download it directly to your computer. Go to www.dmvstream.com. And we will take a quick break and go to commercial. We'll be right back with more second quarter action.
So part of the new technology that we've been rolling out here at Synthesis is live streaming. We'll go on site. We'll actually set up our cameras, we'll set up a feed, and we'll beam that to our clients. One of their clients being WashingtonPost.com, one of our more recent projects. We actually live streamed high school football player's decision as to where he was going to go play college football. We went early. We did a dry run. We did a walkthrough. We hooked up to their internet. We created the stream, and we pumped that to back at WashingtonPost.com, where they broadcast that signal to thousands of people that were interested in watching that content. It was a very successful first few steps into live programming for major media organizations. We'll continue exploring it as we are now going out and doing live high school sporting events, college sporting events. We're also doing stuff for some of our private clients over at universities, streaming, lectures, all kinds of stuff that this new live programming technology will allow us to continue to make new steps in the multimedia world.
Nice little inbound play to start. When you call a timeout, you want to get a set play out there to get a decent shot off, and they just spun the ball around. Looks like they got the matchup they want. A short stick on a short stick. Try to set a pick from behind.
A little over 4 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Robinson up 5-1 here in the early goings. Stonebridge, meanwhile, looking to cut into that lead. They got some renewed life after the goal by Shane Lighton, the junior.
And they got a nice little chance here. Extra man. The shot wasn't the best, but Roulette came a little too late and gave him a little shove, and so now they're going to be 6-on-5 again. It'd be interesting to see. They keep trying to work it from X. But their one goal came from coming up top. Maybe it's time to change some things and attack from the front of the cage. You have more net to shoot at, and you have to make the defense travel a little more. When you're coming from behind, not much to travel to meet the guy as he's approaching the goal.
So we've had several extra man opportunities here tonight. Coach, talk a little bit about how coaches evaluate that, what they expect out of that, and what's a win on an emo opportunity.
I was saying earlier, even if you don't get a goal, nice, and the penalty time expires, but you get a good 2-minute, possession, you get to rest your defense, you get some shots on cage to rattle the goalie, that could be considered a win. But if you can get a special goal, one of the highlight reel types to energize your team, especially when you're down by 4, that could be really helpful. I do think that you just want to make sure that you take care of the ball, and when a good shot presents yourself, you try to get it to go.
That last shot by Lamke, he has definitely been involved on offense tonight for Stonebridge.
Big save. Oh, nice. Again, not the best angles to be shooting. Those are easy saves for goalies to make. You probably wanted to go one more there to a guy up in front to have more net to shoot at.
Lighton looking for his second of the day, not able to convert, and an interception by the Rams. Nice defensive play by Taylor Jones.
Tell you, he's come up big on both man downs. Let's see if they can clear it this time.
Ground ball goes to Wolford, and now Wolford has the ball taken away by the Bulldogs. Nice defensive effort by Stonebridge, number 19, Gus Capace.
Great little ride there. You see that? That's got to make Coach Mitchell happy. Your extra man, you do a bad feed, they pick it off, but your guys come through and get the ball right back. It looks like they're still down. No, they're all even now. But again, this is what I was talking about. You're still resting your defense, and you still have a chance at a quality shot. So the extra man, even though you didn't get the goal you wanted, you still get some time for your offense to get the kinks out.
So some sloppy play. Robinson takes advantage. The ground ball going to Fisher. And now Wolford bringing the ball up the field for Robinson. He'll hand off to Morissette, left side.
Little too much stick there. Looks like Robinson called a timeout. A little too much stick there. You gotta come with the body, try to knock that ball loose.
2 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Robinson has led all the way, now up 5-1 over the visiting Stonebridge Bulldogs, but certainly Stonebridge has a couple of things to be happy about here in the latter minutes of this second quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more of the action at the DMVSTREAM.COM Game of the Week.
Hey guys, I'm Nick Ashew for DMVSTREAM.com. Each week I'll be going over whatever's trending in sports in the DMV area. From the top high school plays you missed, the latest on everything in college and the pros. I'll make sure you never miss a thing. I've been in this business on both a local and national level for the past 5 years. And let's be honest, this is one of the strongest areas in the country when it comes to sports at every level. Follow me on Twitter at NickA980, and of course catch me here on DMVStream.com.
2 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Robinson up 5-1. And Coach, what does Stonebridge want to get out of this last 2 minutes?
Man, you'd love to get the ball back. It'd be interesting to see what Robinson does. They probably have a timeout play set, but at the same time, you love going into the halftime being up 5-1. It might just be, stall ball and work for the best shot. But, off a timeout sometimes, you might want to put your best pull on the ball, lock everybody else off, try to take it away. You get it back down to your offensive end, you call a timeout, try to get a goal, or maybe even in transition. They've got some strong attackers down there. It looks like they're going to try to do just that. If you can see the defensemen are locking off, and 20 is going to try to take the ball from 10, everybody else is not going to let their guy even breathe. And it looks like it might work. Yep, it worked perfectly. That's a great call by Coach Mitchell. And, again, you want to get the ball back. You don't want to sit down there and have them just kill 2 minutes and you go into halftime down by 4. Now, you got to clear the ball. No short sticks coming to help. This might be a tough clear. Here comes 14. Nice move by the goalie.
So Stonebridge here looking to clear, really struggling a bit here. Lamke almost knocked out of bounds, and Robinson swarming. Nice defensive pressure by the Rams to force the turnover.
And a flag. Wow, that's tough. You draw that play up off the timeout. It works to a charm, and the clear just doesn't seem to work. And, you got to get the middies to come down and help the goalie, not hang out in the hash marks.
And it seems like that's been how things have gone today for Stonebridge. They've made a nice big play, but then a costly error time and time again. It has to be very frustrating.
Well, and again, the goalie is passing the sideline, which isn't a bad play, because if there's a miss, it goes out of bounds and you get a horn. But I'd like to try the middle of the field with a midfielder coming towards him to catch, turn, and maybe make a pass to the corners or then leg it.
So now Robinson with an opportunity, 1 minute, 17 seconds remaining in this first half. Will they hold the ball and try for one last shot, or will they? Coach thinks they're going for it. They do, and they capitalize.
Yep. Especially they get this next face-off, and they could get another one quick. That would be pretty sweet.
And yet another Robinson Ram with the goal. Ben Bethard becomes the 6th Robinson Ram to get in the scoring column here today.
That's good stuff. Again, make a couple passes, get everybody involved, and you get some space. Probably a little too far out for Coach Curran's liking, but the fact that it went, he won't have any complaints.
So Robinson continuing to apply the pressure, now leading 6-1 over the visiting Bulldogs. And at the face-off X, the Rams have excelled. They come up with another one, but nice defensive pressure by the Bulldogs. Robinson will hang on as Jack Roulette comes up with it for Robinson. Roulette, of course, only a sophomore, has committed to the University of North Carolina, making his way downfield.
Tell you again, too much stick by Stonebridge. You like to see maybe a forearm or a shoulder shot there. But I tell you what, boy, this Griffin Moore, he is doing it at faceoffs. He's certainly, a player of the half to be thinking about that if we had that award.
I think we can have that award, and faceoffs has been one of the huge difference makers here for Robinson and for Stonebridge in the early goings. I think that's going to be something both coaches will mention at halftime.
Sure, and again, because of this possession now, they call a timeout. You get a chance to have a last-second shot. If you can get it to go, you make it 7-1. A lot to come back for Stonebridge. Clearly possible, but a nice little momentum going into the half.
And while we have this break in the action, once again, we want to give special thanks to our sponsor, Dark Graphics, Screen Printing and Embroidery, who provide spirit packs for teams, class shirts, and group sales with original designs. Serving Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for 15 years, Dark Graphics specializes in school and business apparel. Design your own custom shirts and apparel at www.darkgraphics.com. 31 seconds remaining in this first half. It has been all Robinson. Certainly, I think Matt Curran will have some things he wants to talk about at halftime, but he has to be very pleased with the intensity that his team has played with the distribution amongst his players in terms of goal scoring, with the face-offs, and now an opportunity here to end this first half and really, I think, just take all the momentum and deflate the Stonebridge team a little bit.
Well, and the Stonebridge defense has been working hard. Besides that, Matt Smith's, go through three guys goal, Robinson's sharing the ball. They're waiting for a good shot. And, the defense isn't breaking down. It's just Robinson is taking their time. And they're not just taking every shot. They're waiting for the best one. So we'll see what they got here. Probably a little timeout play again. They might have to get it in the box. I couldn't see if he stepped it in, but looks like those should be in good shape.
So 18 seconds now remaining in this first half. Robinson.
I'd go slide now. May as well slide. There's not much time left. All right, they got a backup. So as soon as this whistle blows, you send your crease guy to double. Don't even let them get a shot off.
8 seconds.
Cover 19. Someone's got to get on 19. He looks open right now because 13's going to have to slide. But once he blows the whistle, I'm doubling the ball.
Morissette looking to create.
Right,
that shot goes high over the goal.
That's a great job by Logan Broadbent.
And that will end the first half. It has been all Robinson, leading 6-1 at the conclusion of the first half. Robinson coming out in their season opener and making a statement here on their home field. We will take a quick break and be right back after this commercial.
At DMVSTREAM.COM, we'll stream your verbal commitment live to our audience, viewable on computers, televisions, and mobile devices. Stream your college commitment live to the world. Let us know when and where you'll make the biggest choice of your athletic career, and we'll dispatch a producer. We'll handle all the technical, putting you in front and center under the brightest lights on your biggest day. You can blast your biggest moments to all your friends and family, as well as Facebook and Twitter followers. They can watch you make this choice live. Interested in having us stream your commitment? Fill out the form below and let us know how we can get involved. Remember, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and visit us on the web at DMVSTREAM.com.
And it is halftime here at Robinson Secondary School. The Rams leading 6-1. Once again, if you'd like to purchase a copy of this game or any of the broadcasts we've live streamed all season long, you can download it directly to your computer or purchase a DVD. Go to www.dmvstream.com. And, Coach, I've said it time and time again, it has been all Robinson in this first half.
This is the old school Robinson that gave lots of coaches nightmares from, 1991 until the present. Winning the face-offs, relentless on offense, strong, big defenseman that like to clear the ball well, and a goalie that's just making big saves. They got it all going on. And if they can continue to play at this pace, they're going to be right back there at the top of the region where they're used to being for as long as I can remember.
Well, you certainly have to give a lot of credit to Matt Curran and his staff, because in looking at the roster, it dawned upon me how much they lost from last year, how many all-region teams they lost from this team. They have a lot of new personnel and really have come out strong tonight and made a statement.
They really have, and I think a lot of it is just the history of playing Robinson lacrosse, and what the guys that have been before you, the alumni, what they expect, all those championships that are printed up there on the school, and first night in this new stadium. They got a long way to go. Stonebridge is definitely going to make some adjustments and come out firing, but man, what a way to get going in the first half. They must be very pleased.
Let's talk a little bit about that Stonebridge team. Obviously a very well-coached team. Came out, won their season opener 15-2 against Briar Woods. But then today, all the costly mistakes in the early going, they dug themselves a big hole.
They did. You can't throw the ball away on the offensive end. I mean, you can't throw the ball away anytime. But, they had some offensive possessions and just some missed passes. The ball rolls out of bounds, and now you've got to go play defense. And they got to take some shots from the front of the cage. They keep trying to come from X, and they're shooting with not the best angles. And, man, that's an easy save to make, and we saw the last time the defense picked it off with ease. So hopefully they'll adjust and try to come up from the top of the box where they had success for their one goal.
I think that's a good point. You talked about shot selection a lot during that first half and the angles, and so certainly something Stonebridge is going to look to improve upon. We've talked about the face-off situation, and so as a coach, what really at this point, you talked a little bit about trying different things on the wing. What do you do?
I think if I was in his situation, because you don't want to bail out on your guys' second game of the year because you got to give them confidence for the long haul. At the same time, you got to try something. So maybe bring up one of your big defensemen down there that's been doing a good job, or maybe just try to jam the guy and hope that you can get a little more hustle on the ground ball.
All right, we will be right back after this quick commercial.
Hey there, I'm Dan Sousa, editor of Viva Loudon and host of the aptly named Viva Loudon Live with Dan Sousa, which airs weekly here on DMVSTREAM.COM. I'll be here to give you the latest updates and insights on high school sports in Loudoun County, Virginia. You can follow us on Twitter at Viva Loudon. And while Viva Loudon was recently called spunky and cute on Twitter, this live show should lay that notion to rest. But we will be live. This isn't no Beyonce business. You never know what will happen on the show. So, log on and check us out.
All right, we are back here at the DMVSTREAM.COM high school game of the week. It is halftime, waiting for the second half to resume. And, Coach, another thing that I've been really impressed about with Robinson in this game is we haven't said the name Dylan Maltz as much as I've expected.
No. You know, you've got three sophomores doing a great job of playing good position. They're low. They got their sticks where it needs to be, getting good holds. They're not trying to wave the stick around for takeaway checks and maybe drop fouls. I know they had the one on the late push, but you know, they probably all week long have been working in practice, maybe even taking their sticks away and having to just play basketball defense with their legs. But they're doing a decent job of making sure they're staying in front of him and making sure that he's going to pass rather than shoot.
And I think that's the game plan for a lot of teams in the region this year when you square off against Stonebridge. And certainly Stonebridge has other weapons. We saw Lighton score a goal today. Gus Capace had 6 goals against Briar Woods. They have a lot of offensive weapons, but so far I think Robinson has done a good job shutting that down.
Yeah, you know, and I think with Worth getting back to the attack, he's certainly a natural lefty there, and he looked good on that one little set that they had. And once he gets a little more, couple weeks of practice, and I'm sure he's going to be deadly. And again, you've got some guys in some positions that they're not comfortable with, and sometimes it takes time. And you win that first game 15-2, and like I said, we have a whole second half ahead of them. But maybe this is something that they can see that, hey, we really got to recommit ourselves to getting better in practice and getting our stick skills to where they need to be, because the turnovers, I'm sure, are just very frustrating.
Absolutely. So lots of turnovers, not being successful at the face-off X, things certainly that Stonebridge is talking about here at halftime. Meanwhile, for Robinson, Matt Curran has to be happy about a lot of things. What do you think are the things that he's looking to have his team improve upon? Coaches are never happy.
No, we're never happy at all, actually. But I will. He probably wants to do a better job riding. They had some success towards the end. But if you can ride and get some turnovers and get some goals off of that, that can be something that can make you really strong. And also the clears, making sure that they're making the extra pass and not running into pressure and getting it taken away. It hasn't happened much, but even if it happens once, that's too much for a coach.
All right, we will be right back after this quick commercial.
What's up, sports fans? I'm really excited to tell you about our newest product, DMVSTREAM.COM. DMVSTREAM.COM is a website dedicated to broadcasting live sports in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. We'll be broadcasting pro, amateur, college, high school, AAU, and youth games, as well as tournaments. You can watch these free broadcasts on your computers, tablets, and mobile devices like iPad, iPhone, Android, and more. DMVSTREAM.COM is a free site. No subscriptions, no logins, no hassle. Just log on and watch sports free. What's different about us? Well, you're in control. You're calling the shots. By voting in our weekly poll and sharing it on Facebook and Twitter, you can tell us where our next broadcast is going to be. I'm really excited about this new venture, and I hope you'll help us spread the good word by logging on to Facebook and Twitter and sharing us at DMVSTREAM.COM. DMVStream.com.
Welcome back to the DMVStream.com Game of the Week. The second half is almost underway. And, Coach, we've talked a lot about the turnover for both of these two teams, and there's some new faces out there on the field. And so far, I know you particularly have been impressed with some of the freshmen you've seen tonight.
Holy smoke, have I? There's a lot of coaches in the region this year that have taken freshmen on the varsity, myself included. We have 2 ninth graders on the varsity team. But, man, they can play. Number 28, Noah Madgwick, him bringing the ball up. He seems like he's got a good field sense, and he's just a big physical presence. If you're an attackman and you're going against him, you're thinking twice about what you're trying to do with the ball when you have it.
I talked to Scott Mitchell actually about Madgwick, and against Briar Woods, he defended Briar Woods' best player. They're expecting huge things out of him. His father, of course, is an assistant coach for the Bulldogs and only a freshman, but really playing like he's a seasoned, experienced player here today.
Yeah, and over on Robinson, you've got Johnny Daniel, number 23, and Austin Henry, who's number 30 tonight. Maybe he changed his jersey in the locker room, but boy, they're making things happen. And, anytime you can get ninth graders experience, whether it's positive, negative, neutral, but on the field, running around, older, faster guys, that's only going to make things better for them as they develop and really help if they've got college aspirations to be able to pick the speed of the game up a lot more.
Well, and certainly one thing that coaches have been talking to me about lately is this new trend in lacrosse that a lot of colleges are taking people looking at sophomores really closely and recruiting those sophomores. And so as a freshman, when you can get that opportunity out on the field, you can get your name out there a little bit. Roulette, a sophomore already committed to UNC.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's frustrating for a kid who plays JV his freshman and sophomore year and has a great junior year and decides maybe I want to play in college, and the coaches say, oh, sorry, we're done with your class recruiting. But that's the beauty of having D2 and D3. Guys who want to play lacrosse, there's enough programs out there, and if you work hard and do a good job in school, you'll find a spot for sure. See how we do in the face-offs to get started. We got our boy Griffin Moore out there again, and he's certainly been having a great night.
And speaking of sophomores, Griffin Moore only a sophomore.
Yeah, and I would imagine last year he probably didn't get much experience facing off. So if he did, it was either in practice or maybe in the postseason in garbage time. So he's been really stepping up, and the good thing I like about him, when he comes off the field, he just goes to a spot and he's not hooting and hollering and drawing attention to himself. It's just this is his job, and he's doing the best he can at it.
And he has been very successful here tonight. Now
we jinxed him.
Yep, absolutely.
Good ground ball. He had another nice one earlier tonight. Matt Neighbors. It's a nice ground ball by him. And again, this is what you want. You talked at halftime things we want to do. We were fortunate enough to win the first face-off. They almost had to delay a game. The refs didn't catch it. But, this is what you want. Get a good set here. Take some time. Get everybody a touch so they're comfortable with the ball. And, again, they come in bunches. So you get one. Who knows if the floodgates are going to open. So, again, Robinson really wants to push out here, be aggressive, and tell Stonebridge, not tonight.
And certainly for Stonebridge right now, the mentality, it's a new quarter. And Jeremy Worth with a big goal for Stonebridge, helping to set the tone for this second half.
Yeah, you don't want to slide adjacent there. Taylor Worth's man, who was the adjacent to the ball, slid to help, and he just stepped right around it, and that's just too easy. And, again, now, can they get this next draw? It looks like Robinson's going to try Chris Gomez there. Probably coach is a little mad that Griffin got the ball out, but he didn't get his backhand low enough to scoop it, and so maybe he's going to have to think about that for this next face-off.
Juan Rivera at the X for Stonebridge, and another.
Tough. But, again, you've got that goal. It's 6-2. Your defense can get a little energy going, but this looks too easy again. Nice save.
Morissette with the shot.
Nice ground ball. Good stuff by Michael Buckley.
And a flag is up once again.
That's all Michael Buckley, getting that ground ball. Again, you get these seniors that say, hey, man, this is my last chance to play lacrosse. The ball's on the ground. I'm coming up with it.
Of course, Michael Buckley started off our scoring here tonight, was the first Ram to score, and he has been outstanding all night long. These seniors, these captains, these leaders for Robinson, a big reason that the Rams are up 6-2, 10 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
I didn't really see it. Michael Buckley got the ground ball, but he must have done something as well because he's in the penalty box now. So Stonebridge, excellent opportunity to cut this in half. And again, Robinson's D, I'm being aggressive. I'm not going to sit back. I'm gonna take some chances. You know, Stonebridge's already shown they're struggling with the catching and throwing. Get aggressive, make these guys earn their goal, and if they get in close, man, you know, you got to get a body on them and make them think twice about coming in next time. Again, an open set. It looks like they're just going to work the ball around. Here comes the cutter. Okay, see if they get a throwback. Yep, that's a good move right there. He should hit Worth. You got to be able to make that catch. Nice ground ball. Beautiful. Brandon Natsuraha. I'm sure I botched his name, but great job by him.
And quickly the other way comes Robinson looking to create in transition. Sam Shaw with the goal for Robinson, and he becomes the seventh goal scorer.
You know, and we talk about energizing your team, and you score a shorthanded goal, meaning you have 9 guys on the field to their 10, and you take it down and score. You know, the sideline looks a little subdued, but that can be something that fires up a team, you know. And, you know, you had it on your offensive end, and you were 6-on-5, and you're watching teams score at the other end. That's going to be mighty tough to come back to.
Absolutely. It was a great opportunity for Stonebridge. They scored a goal. They were up a man, and instead it's Robinson and Sam Shaw that comes up with the goal. Nice check there by the Rams.
He got it in. Well, he gets it in again, and we got another flag. You know, and that's what's going to be unfortunate if the officials start throwing the flags after every little stick check, because, you know, you certainly want to protect the player, and you want to, you know, make sure that you're not doing anything crazy. But see, again, they're going to start throwing their flags everywhere.
Capace looks like took a hard hit.
Yeah, he looks okay. I think a lot of that sometimes is the ego. You know, you have a chance to get right there. But again, now you're going to be 6-on-4, so you got to make sure your shot is a good one, and you got to bury it. I mean, let's face it, you're down by 5. You're 6-on-4. This has got to go. Again, Robinson's D, I'm being aggressive. I'm going to make sure that any shot's contested and, you know, not letting Stonebridge get away with anything. Again, you just already scored shorthanded. If you could score a 2-man down, imagine what that would do to this place.
So Stonebridge up 2 men right now. Robinson's defense really going to have to come up with a big play. They're going to be really depending on Rolette and Buckholtz. We've talked a lot about those guys here tonight. And, of course, Kondracki back in goal.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Stonebridge chooses to do, because the easy thing would be to just change the side and rip a shot. But, you know, old number 16, Nick's been doing a good job of making those saves. So you might want to try, you know, having a backside cutter come in for a little 5 to 8 yard shot, because the last thing you want to do is rip an outside shot, easy save, and waste this 6-on-4 opportunity.
So one of the best opportunities of the game coming up here for Stonebridge, finding themselves down 5 goals, 7-2 against Robinson.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It looks like they are going to put a guy in the crease. That's probably a smart move. And it looks like they've adjusted now, and the same kid got the foul. So they're probably going to be 6-on-5 for about a minute and a half or 2 minutes. So for whatever the reason, the one player has the 2 fouls. So
Taylor Jones back out on the field for Robinson. We have a 6-on-5 man-up situation for Stonebridge. And an important opportunity here for the Bulldogs. They had the momentum at the early beginnings of this second half. And then Robinson and Sam Shaw snatched it right away.
Yep, and he's got to change side. Go back. No, you should go the other side. All right, now you go. You're good. But they got to get it back over to the far side of the field, because you can see Robinson's D is loaded up. Nice look.
Nice look inside.
Nice save.
And look at Nick Kondracki.
Wow. Oh, they called, I guess, some sort of illegal procedure of doing something with the ball after it was on the ground. I know there's a lot of rules that I should know, but I don't. But the goalie must have been sitting on it. So another opportunity for Stonebridge.
But despite that fact, you cannot take away from Nick Kondracki what a big save that was for Robinson.
You're talking 3 feet, 4 feet from the goal. Nice ground ball. Now he's got to bang it over to the other side a lot more quickly.
And so Stonebridge not really taking advantage here, switching sides of the field. Instead, they stay on that right side where Worth is. Worth already with a goal today, but not really doing the best job getting everyone involved.
That's going to be outside. All right. But at least they're working the ball. They're getting guys involved. Let's see you get a good ride here.
And that was a shot from the left side.
And see, the penalty's expired now, so it's back to 7-on-6 for this clear. And it looks like it's a pretty easy clear for Robinson.
Absolutely. Good job. Good ball movement by the Rams, working the ball down the field. Quick shot. Not sure that Matt Curran wanted to shot that quick.
No.
It looked like that was by Roulette.
No, it was. And, when you're a long stick, your mentality is you cross midfield, I'm going to the goal.
Absolutely.
And I'll run extra sprints next practice.
I have seen that time and time again by the long sticks. They look for their moment in the sun.
That's good play. He got the ground ball. Probably should have had the catch, but, again, he gets the ground ball, maintained possession, no harm done.
And Robinson once again working the ball around. You've talked about it. They've been patient on offense. We just saw that shot by Roulette, but typically they've been patient on offense.
See, there's another flag, and that probably was a push from behind. The official's doing a good job of catching that. But, again, what's this now, the 4th penalty in 3-5 minutes?
Yes, it does seem like we've had more penalties here in the early goings of this second half.
Yeah, it's going to be man up for Robinson. Their penalty situation is finished, so it'll be 6-on-5 for Robinson. And again, anytime you have opportunities here, again, if I'm Robinson, being aggressive. You got a 5-goal lead. That could evaporate pretty quickly if Stonebridge gets hot. So bury one right here and get the momentum back your way.
So Robinson leading 7-2, 7 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in this third quarter. The Rams have led the entire way. They've had the momentum for most of the game, and they certainly have not looked like a team where this is their season opener. They look very polished, and they looked ready to play here tonight against Stonebridge. Now with a man-up situation, the Rams trying to extend their lead.
And I really like what both teams are doing, getting everybody a touch, and look at Stonebridge's defenders. Working their butt off, working out. Nice save again. Probably not the best shot. That's an easy save for a lot of good goalies.
That shot by Jason.
And again, now he wants to go to the other side of the field. Man down clears are tough, but you don't want to do that. Again, nice ground ball. That's a push. Yeah, they got it. So it's going to be Stonebridge's ball.
But I think Scott Mitchell has to be beside himself right now with just all of the costly errors that his team has made.
Yeah, no, you certainly don't want that. And, again, they should allow this guy to be where the hit took. Yeah, so now you just got to kill the penalty. I probably don't have much to do. I just run it behind and just stay back there till the penalty expires. But, again, you maybe score a shorthanded goal of your own, but it expired. Okay, so now we're even lacrosse, and that's a good job by Stonebridge's man down. Kill the penalty, and now see what you can do.
Capay sneaking inside Kondracki with the save.
And that's going to be Robinson ball. It didn't go out. And that's a great ground ball by Worth. Nice job.
And that finish by number 5, John O'Shoeline.
Holy smoke. That, I thought for sure that ball was going out of bounds on the end line. It was going to be all Robinson. And, it must have had maybe an inch or two. And that's a great ground ball by Worth. And what's better is he sent it to the help side, the other side of the field, where his teammate, what'd you say his name was? Jonathan was waiting. And, man, that's a nice that's good stuff. So you stop the penalty, you get it on the offensive end, you get a goal. You don't want to get greedy, but if you get this face-off here, now you're looking at feeling good. There you go.
Stonebridge winning the face-off, an opportunity here to extend their comeback, but Kondracki has had some beautiful saves in the second half.
Yeah, not the best shot. I mean, you want to capitalize on momentum. You just got a goal. You get another one. But, man, he made the right decision to pull it out and, get your best guys on. But, again, try to get a good ride here, and that guy's too open. That's too easy. Nice job by Tyler White bringing the ball down with his left hand. Offsides, free clear.
So a break here for Stonebridge. Now down 7-3 against Robinson. 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter as Stonebridge tries to get something going here to launch a comeback in the second half of this season opener for the Rams.
Yeah, and there is plenty of time. Again, nice shot. That was Mr. Maltz.
Dylan Maltz with his first goal of the day, and it was an impressive one.
See, again, he gets it, and look right there. We're down by
just three goals.
But again, I'm wondering where number 15 is. He must not be maybe a stick broke or something, but he looks like he's looking for something.
So Griffin Moore, who was sensational at the faceoff X during the first half.
And see, this is smart. Robinson's going to try Jack Roulette up there, and this is probably a good move. They've gone a nice little 2-goal run. They're making the game interesting. Let's get our anchor, current or future, in there to see what he can do. But he can't jump. Oh, Stonebridge jumped, so it's good. So he wants to get rid of the ball right here, but again, he's a long stick.
Of course, Roulette was the one who took that shot early on in the second half.
But that's good stuff. And that, when you put your long stick there, it makes your opponent have to think about things, and obviously it caused him to jump. So that was a good move by the Rams. There's 34 again, thinking about going over the head.
Shaw, nice move there, getting the ball to number 19, Buckley.
Again, probably want to make one more pass there. That shot's going to be, tough to go in. But again, Robinson very active, moving the ball, moving off ball, sharing the ball. You can't get disappointed with that. It's a good look.
Shaw.
No.
Deflected by Failer.
Big time save by Failer. Wow. That was a rip. And, it's crazy what these goalies go through, man.
And we've talked about some of the saves by Kondracki, but Failer has had some big ones as well.
Got a flag coming. And another one. So it's going to be 6-on-4 here.
And it seems like every time Stonebridge gets a little bit of the momentum.
Yeah, well, that first one was clearly a slash, and then the slide that bumped over was clearly, either unnecessary roughness or a push with possession. Either way, you can't do that stuff when you're trying to get back in a game, because now 6-on-4, Robinson can zip that ball around. They're balanced. So many different guys can score. You're really setting yourself up for a problem. But, the last penalty, they did a good job of killing it. Maybe they can get a big save and send it the other way.
7 different goal scorers in this contest so far. In fact, we don't have any players that have scored multiple goals. All 11 goals scored by different individuals in tonight's game. But for Robinson, now an opportunity up 6-on-4.
Yeah, and they got to just spin the ball. Don't even think about shooting. Get it around at least 3 or 4 times. Yes, this is good. They're making the defense work. Boom.
And that shot by number 10, Charlie Morissette. I did not expect him to be quiet for that much longer. And now Morissette becomes the 8th goal scorer for Robinson here tonight.
And that was a nice look. The guy in the crease certainly could have ripped the shot. He was unselfish, got it back up top, 2 more passes. No way a defense can recover that quickly. Just step around for an easy finish.
And again, just to recap, 8 different goal scorers now for Matt Curran's team. He has to be ecstatic.
He does. And here's Griffin Moore back in, so we'll see if they can get back to what they were doing earlier. I don't know. He must have had some sort of issue with his stick because there was about 3 or 4 faceoffs where he was not in.
So Moore back in the contest, fighting for that ground ball, but Stonebridge coming up with it. A nice play.
Yeah, and again, this is smart by him. He's just going to lock off on the other guy. Again, there's a nice hit. And Stonebridge called a timeout. That's a good move. Again, I'd like to see the draw guys scoop the ball rather than swat at it. But, it's easy for me to say from up here.
And once again, while we have this break in the action, we want to give special thanks to our sponsor, Dark Graphics, Screen Printing and Embroidery, who provide spirit packs for teams, class shirts, and group sales with original designs. Serving Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. for 15 years, Dark Graphics specializes in school and business apparel. Design your own custom shirts and apparel at www.darkgraphics.com. And don't forget once again that you can purchase a copy of this broadcast or any of the games that we have live streamed all year long. You can download them directly to your computer or purchase them on DVD. Go to www.dmvstream.com. And it seems like every time Stonebridge gets ready to make a run, to put something together, Robinson has been able to stave that off time and time again.
They have, but again, at least Stonebridge is showing a little life when they're, playing defense. Before they were sort of just standing around letting Robinson do what they want. They've been really aggressive. They've been quick to the hole, quick out, doing a decent job. And again, that was a good job right there. The face-off wasn't easy, and they burned timeout. And, see what we can do.
We've talked about our sponsor, Dark Graphics. They've printed up some great DMVStream.com T-shirts. If you come out to a game that we're live streaming this year, you can try to get one of these T-shirts and show your support for DMVStream.com. And once again, special thanks to Dark Graphics.
Yeah, nothing like a free T-shirt. Man, those kids are going to be psyched. Again, not the best time to be. Again, you're shooting, and it looks like Stonebridge is going to get possession there. But again, he's behind the goal. They were trying to double team him, trying to take advantage of the being man up. That is a good time to do it. Instead of ripping that bad angle shot, though, maybe bang it up to the top and try to attack in front of the cage.
4 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Robinson has led the entire way, currently up 8-4 over Stonebridge. Right now, Stonebridge trying to make something happen, trying to go on a run. One thing Stonebridge has not been able to do today is put together back-to-back-to-back goals to really make that big run.
And, again, I tell you, the Robinson defense.
However, Stonebridge, another goal, trying to shift this momentum.
Yep, that was Joe Buckholtz on the D, and he had good position. You just got to get on his hands when he's going to shoot. He had the nice hold, shoved them off, and as he shoved them off, he's got to follow through with a stick check because he's just too close. That's going to be a tough save.
And I think that was number 19, Gus Capace. And so, again, 13 different goal scorers now. This is really quite impressive. I don't remember a lacrosse game that I've seen.
It says a lot about what's going on in Northern Virginia, that you get these kids. It's not the old days of one or two players, being the heavy lifters. It's balanced, and says a lot about our youth leagues and our youth league coaches and the dedication they have to developing the game.
And once again, a battle at the face-off circle. It's like Robinson coming up with it.
That's
nice
a good
play.
Ground ball. You can't do that, but that's a great ground ball.
By Cameron Picard.
They get it in the box. Yep, that's okay. Cameron did a great job and got a little rattled, but it's possession, and he's going to come off and get one of his heavy lifters in to shoot a goal. And that's the thing. They get a goal scored, but you get the ball back. That's pretty good.
Chapman Jason with possession for Robinson. Now the Rams working the ball around. We've talked about the patience that Robinson has shown for most of this game, really doing a nice job working the ball around, switching sides of the field.
Oh.
Nice move by number 33.
Yeah, not this time, pal.
Smith, of course, was that player that went through three defenders, as you said,
but
Coach.
I love the fact that he recognized not to force it and pulled it back out, because now you got another chance for somebody else to score. It just shows that Matt Smith knows the game and he's a smart player.
Battle for the ball right here. Robinson coming up with it. Nice play by Gomez.
Oh.
And now Jason with possession for Robinson. He'll hand off to Shaw.
That was the ball was on the ground too much there. Someone's got to take charge and get their nose down and scoop that up. They kept swatting it. You'd like to see a little better technique when the ball's on the ground there.
Now Morissette behind the cage trying to make a move. Morissette looking for number 17, Gomez.
I think 17 stepped in the crease. Yes, he did. So it's going to be Stonebridge ball. It was a great look, and it was the right idea. He just sort of jammed him a little bit. Again, but Robinson gets a great ride here, get a chance to get the ball back. Again, Mitty's got to be moving. That's good speed. We talked about him on the first faceoff. Logan Lamke, that's good wheels. Looks like he's going to get it to his attack here. Change sides of the field. Again, not the best shot, but again, as long as you're backing it up, I'm sure coaches will be all right. So under 2 minutes to go. If I'm Stonebridge, I'm taking my time, making sure I get a great shot. Try to get an 8-6 to go into the fourth quarter. That's manageable. Don't want to force the issue. Work for a good shot. You can't use your last timeout, but work the ball around. Try to get something. A high-scoring opportunity, not with these outside rips like they've been trying to do. There's a slide, so you got to move it. Nice. That'll work.
And so Stonebridge cuts the lead to 2.
And again, it's a little too early because now you got a minute 20, and Robinson showed they can get 2 or 3 goals in that. But you've cut it to 2. If you can win this face-off, whichever team wins this face-off, I'm sure their coaches are going to wish and hope that they know to just end the quarter with the ball in your stick or in the back of the net.
And that was Schuline. Once again, he becomes our first multiple goal scorer
Good for him.
in tonight's contest. And Schuline, one of the seniors for Stonebridge, really stepping up here tonight for his Bulldogs team. Now Stonebridge just down by 2. This one.
Robinson came out early. That's going to be, yep. So here, now Stonebridge, wow. This would be crazy. In a minute 14 to go, if they get another shot opportunity.
Well, we talked about this. This one came down to the wire last year. You do not want to go anywhere because Stonebridge, slowly but surely, has been putting together a comeback in this contest. Nice pass, nice look.
Goodness.
What a beautiful pass by Stonebridge. And that looked like it was Capace once again.
You got to get your midfielders that are up by the top of the box to trail with those cutters. Do a better job from behind of getting on their hands when the attacker's moving. But that was just too easy. Probably what happened was the whoever scored that goal saw the back of his defender's head and just cut to open space and a simple, catch and shoot.
Gus Capace with 2 goals now. Jono Schuline with 2 goals. Stonebridge coming alive, just down by 1. They win the face-off. An opportunity here to tie it up. Before the beginning of the fourth quarter, the momentum has swung. Stonebridge
big time,
looking to make a huge comeback here. Nice pass.
That was a nice pass, and that's a big save. Let's see what Rowlett does with the ball. Again, they really don't have – they can take their time, Perfect. So now, go to the goal with your long pole. If he doesn't have it, get it to your attack. Yes, this is smart. Okay, work the ball around to the help side. Look, 33 is wide open, 19's over there. Don't carry it so much. But again, Stonebridge's D is recovering pretty nicely. 15 seconds to go. I'd get it to your midi up top and let him go take a chance at it. Good time for this guy. Let it rip, buddy. He probably doesn't know how much time's left, though.
Robinson looking to stave off this comeback by Stonebridge. This is Morissette right here. Morissette with the goal for Robinson.
At the buzzer, looks like it's going to count.
And Charlie Morissette becomes the first Robinson Ram with multiple goals in this game, and that was huge, Coach.
It was.
Stonebridge really launching a comeback.
It was, and the Stonebridge coaches aren't going crazy, so they must know that it counted. And when you score a goal within the last minute of any quarter, it's just huge. And they've got the momentum, some excitement in the huddle. But, it certainly seems like Stonebridge has it in them to go on and run as well.
Well, this one has become quite interesting here at Robinson Secondary School. You don't want to go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick commercial.
Hi, I'm Marcus Helton, Editor-in-Chief of DMV Elite and host of DMV Elite Live here on DMVSTREAM.COM. I'll be bringing you high school basketball news and notes